The skin around your eyes is the thinnest on your entire body. 0.5 millimeters. That is it. Less than half a millimeter of skin standing between whatever you smooth on your under eye every morning and your bloodstream. And right now, some of the most trusted brands in the world, brands sold at Sephora, at Nordstrom, at every drugstore in America, are putting fragrance, essential oils, and barrier-stripping alcohols directly onto that skin. Twice a day, 365 days a year. Some of them charge you $8 for it. Some charge $235. 8 eye creams are doing this right now. 4 are not. The list starts with the one that will cost you the most to find out. Avoid 8. La Mer, the eye. Concentrate, $235. That is the entry price. If you want the La Mer eye cream that also covers smile lines and expression lines, that one is $450. Same counter, overlapping ingredient lists. Nobody at the counter will explain why the cost is nearly double. Here is what they also will not explain. La Mer, the eye. Concentrate contains eucalyptus leaf oil, lime peel extract, and multiple botanical essential oils. Eugenol, limonene, and linalool are individually listed in the formula, and all 3 are EU-designated fragrance allergens. Mandatory disclosure ingredients. The kind the European Union says must be named separately because of their documented sensitization potential. These are not trace contamination. They are in there on purpose. The skin around your eye is 0.5 millimeters thick. Eucalyptus oil applied to 0.5 millimeters of skin does not calm it. It penetrates it. And the consumer reviews sitting on Sephora and Nordstrom right now document exactly what that penetration looks like. Swelling, burning, dry, flaking eyelids, redness that took 10 days to clear. Dermatologists call it periorbital contact dermatitis. The reviews just call it a reaction to a $235 eye cream. Independent lab testing from SkinActive's labs in 2024 found that the puffiness reduction results from this formula were comparable to drugstore peptide and caffeine serums at 1/10 of the cost. 1/10. The Miracle Broth is La Mer's proprietary seaweed extract. There is no independent peer-reviewed clinical trial confirming the miracle. There is a $450 version of the same ingredient list. If you have used this for years with zero reaction, your skin has tolerated the essential oil load. The irritation risk is not universal. The value question is. Avoid 7. Lancôme Rénergie Lift Multi-Action Ultra Eye Cream. 80 years of French elegance. Lancôme has been in the beauty industry longer than most of the people watching this video have been alive. The brand built itself on the promise of French skincare sophistication, luxurious textures, scientific credibility. The kind of product you buy at a department store counter because a woman in a white coat recommended it. The formula contains hyaluronic acid, caffeine, acetyl tetrapeptide 9. All 3 are genuinely useful in an eye cream. A 2024 review published in the International Journal of Women's Dermatology confirmed caffeine and peptides as among the most clinically supported ingredients for periorbital skin concerns. Then you read the rest of the label. Synthetic fragrance, phenoxyethanol, ethoxylated compounds, petroleum-derived ingredients, a synthetic dye. All of this confirmed by independent ingredient analysis published in August 2025, placing Lancôme in the same category as Estée Lauder, Shiseido, SK2, Clinique, and L'Oréal Paris. The not a fan category. Here is the problem. Fragrance is a legal cocktail. The law does not require the brand to tell you what is inside that one word. Every molecule in it is going onto the thinnest skin on your face, twice daily, for months, before sensitization shows. France's own medicine safety agency, the ANSM, issued guidance in 2019 specifically recommending caution with phenoxyethanol in products used in the eye contour area, particularly for pregnant women and children. The guidance exists. The ingredient is still in the formula. 80 years of French elegance, fragrance in the eye contour. Those are not the same thing. If your skin has shown no reaction after 60 days of use, the peptides and hyaluronic acid are doing real work. Pregnant women and anyone with reactive skin should put it back on the shelf. Avoid 6. Estée Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye Supercharged Serum Cream. Your mother used it. Her mother may have used it. Advanced Night Repair is the product that turned Estée Lauder into a skincare institution. The little brown bottle sits on more nightstands than almost any other product in the history of prestige beauty. The eye version carries that name, that legacy, and that 30-year reservoir of trust. The formula is a different conversation. Alcohol denat appears in this formula. On a regular moisturizer, alcohol denat is a formulation concern. On 0.5 millimeter skin applied at night, the window when your skin barrier is at its most permeable, when transepidermal water loss is highest, when absorption is running at full capacity, it is a barrier disruptor doing its work at exactly the wrong moment. Night is when skin repair is supposed to happen. Alcohol denat opens the barrier before the active ingredients arrive. That is not repair. That is renovation without a building permit. The formula also contains fragrance components. In a nighttime product, applied to the most permeable phase of the skin cycle. Consumer reviews on Sephora document stinging on application and milia formation under the eye. Estee Lauder Companies has faced ongoing FTC scrutiny over unsubstantiated anti-aging claims across its brand portfolio. The legacy is real. The trust is real. The question is whether the formula inside the bottle has kept pace with what the name on the outside promises. The hyaluronic acid and peptide complex are genuine and functional. If your skin shows no fragrance sensitivity and no history of milia, the hydration results are real. But the name on the bottle is not the same as the formula inside it. Avoid 5. Kiehl's Creamy Eye. Treatment with avocado founded in 1851. A pharmacy on the corner of 3rd Avenue and 13th Street in Manhattan. Kiehl's spent over 100 years building a reputation as the apothecary brand. Natural leaning, ingredient forward, the kind of place where the staff knew what was actually in every product and could tell you why. That story is real. It also ended in 2000. That is the year L'Oreal acquired Kiehl's. The bicycles are still in the store. The vintage packaging is still on the shelves. The apothecary origin story is still on the website. The formula is owned by the same parent company facing 6 class action lawsuits since 2024 over benzene formation in benzoyl peroxide products. Now look at what is inside the Creamy Eye treatment with avocado. Mineral oil, a petroleum-derived occlusive. On the thinnest skin on your face, mineral oil creates a seal. On the body, that seal can be useful for moisture retention. On 0.5 millimeter periorbital skin that has almost no capacity to exfoliate on its own, that seal can trap keratin debris and dead skin cells underneath. That is the textbook formation pathway for milia. The EWG flags the formula for concerns related to petroleum-derived ingredients and fragrance components present in the product. The avocado butter is real. It is genuinely moisturizing, but avocado butter sitting underneath mineral oil inside a formula owned by L'Oreal, sold at $60 with an 1851 apothecary story on the label, is a question worth asking out loud. If you have severe dryness around the eye or you are in post-procedure recovery, the occlusive property of mineral oil can be a legitimate tool. If you have ever had milia, even once, this is the wrong formula for that specific skin. The apothecary was founded in 1851. L'Oreal has owned it for 24 years. Both things are true. Only one of them is on the label. Avoid 4. Olay Eyes Ultimate Eye Cream. Your grandmother probably has it on her bathroom counter right now. Olay has been the most trusted drugstore skincare name in America for over 60 years. Generations of women reached for the pink bottle because it worked, because it was affordable, and because it carried the kind of quiet credibility that does not need a department store counter to prove itself. Then they launched the one called Ultimate, the Olay Eyes. Ultimate Eye Cream contains 3 parabens, ethylparaben, methylparaben, and propylparaben, all confirmed on independent ingredient databases and NCI decoder. The European Union restricts propylparaben in products applied to the diaper area of children under 3 because of endocrine disruption potential. The same restriction does not apply to face products in the United States. A 2006 in vitro study found that methylparaben-treated skin cells exposed to UV light suffered measurably more damage than untreated cells. This is a product millions of women apply near their eyes every morning before walking out into the sun. Looks like a drugstore bargain. Reads like a paraben delivery system. Read the last 3 ingredients: ethylparaben, methylparaben, propylparaben. Then look 2 products to the left on the same Olay shelf. The Olay Advanced Eye Cream contains 0 parabens and costs $2 more. Same brand, same shelf. One passes, one does not. For the value-conscious shopper who thought she was getting the best version of a brand she trusted for decades, this is what she actually bought. The upgraded formula was sitting right next to it the whole time. The carve-out is the Olay Advanced Eye Cream. No parabens, retinol, peptides, hyaluronic acid. It is the formula the ultimate name should have been attached to. Ultimate. 3 parabens. $2 from the version with none. Next up is a brand wearing a dermatologist recommendation like a badge of honor, while leaving out the one piece of information that changes everything. Avoid 3. Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Eye Cream. It is in every pharmacist's basket, every dermatologist waiting room roundup, every listicle about affordable anti-aging that has ever been published. Neutrogena built its credibility on one phrase: dermatologist recommended. That phrase has appeared on Neutrogena packaging for so long that most shoppers do not read the label anymore. They see the recommendation and they stop there. The Rapid Wrinkle Repair Eye Cream contains retinol as its primary active. It does not disclose the concentration anywhere on the packaging. Not on the front, not on the back, not in the fine print. That omission is the entire problem. Dermatologists specifically recommend lower retinol concentrations for the periorbital area, between 0.01 and 0.05%. The eye area skin is 0.5 millimeters thick. Full-strength facial retinol concentrations between 0.1 and 1% are too aggressive for skin that thin. Without a disclosed concentration, the person buying this product has no way of knowing which side of that line she is on. The formula also contains alcohol denat as a delivery vehicle. Alcohol opens skin permeability before the retinol arrives, which increases irritation potential in exactly the area where you can least afford irritation. Retinol also increases photosensitivity. Most users apply this in the morning. The label does not tell them to follow with SPF around the eyes. Looks like dermatologist-approved science. Reads like 3 compounding risks with no label guidance for any of them. Retinol at undisclosed concentration. Alcohol denat as the carrier. No SPF instruction. Applied to the thinnest skin on the face, in the morning, by women who trusted the recommendation on the front of the box. For the woman in her 30s who thought she was finally doing the right thing for her skin, this is what she actually bought. An active ingredient at an unknown strength, delivered by a barrier disruptor, with no guidance on what to do next. The carve-out is the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Retinol Oil. Fragrance-free, lower irritation profile, and the retinol is suspended in an oil base rather than delivered via alcohol denat. A meaningfully different formula from the same line. Dermatologist recommended. Retinol concentration not disclosed. Those two things should not be able to exist on the same box. Next is a brand that markets specifically to older women whose skin is the most fragile and the most absorbent, and then puts the one ingredient most likely to penetrate that fragile skin right into the formula. Avoid 2. L'Oréal Paris Age Perfect Eye Cream. It is in the basket of almost every woman over 50 who has ever walked into a Walgreens at 9 in the morning looking for something that actually works. L'Oréal Paris has spent decades earning that basket. The brand positioned itself as the accessible science play, not drugstore cheap, not department store distant, exactly in the middle, with the tagline to match, because you are worth it. That line has been running since 1971. It tells the woman buying this product that she deserves the good stuff, that the formula inside reflects her value. Now read the label. The Age Perfect Eye Cream contains fragrance, listed openly on the ingredient label, in a product designed specifically for mature, thinning periorbital skin. Here is what that means medically. As skin ages, its barrier function declines. Lipid production slows. The already thin 0.5 millimeter eye area skin becomes thinner still. Fragrance molecules penetrate faster through aged skin than through younger skin. The demographic L'Oréal is marketing this product to is the exact demographic with the highest fragrance absorption rate of anyone in the skincare aisle. The formula also contains PEG-based emulsifiers, which carry a documented risk of 1,4-dioxane contamination, depending on manufacturing purification standards. L'Oréal does not disclose its purification process publicly. The same parent company has faced 6 class action lawsuits since 2024 over benzene formation in its benzoyl peroxide products, including La Roche-Posay Effaclar Duo. Looks like a caring formula for mature skin. Reads like fragrance applied to the skin least equipped to defend against it. Read the first 5 ingredients: water, glycerin, isohexadecane, cetyryl alcohol. Fragrance. That is the formula. Moisturizing base, emulsifier, and a sensitizer cocktail in a product for women whose skin has never been more vulnerable to exactly that cocktail. For the woman over 50 who thought she was finally investing in a formula made for her skin, this is what she actually bought. A product that markets to her vulnerability and then puts the ingredient most likely to exploit it right in the middle of the label. The carve-out is the L'Oréal Paris Revitalift Triple Power Eye Cream. Fragrance-free, with proxylane, caffeine, and hyaluronic acid. It is on the same shelf. It is the formula the age-perfect name should have been, because you are worth it. Fragrance in the formula, for the skin most likely to absorb it fastest. Next is a brand that built its entire identity on being the one you could trust when your skin was too sensitive for everything else, and then quietly put the ingredient its own country flagged for eye area use right into its eye cream. Avoid 1. La Roche-Posay Pigment Clar Eye Cream. It is the brand your dermatologist has on the sample shelf, the one with the thermal spring water story, the one that feels clinical before you even open it. La Roche-Posay built something almost no skincare brand has ever managed to build. Genuine dermatological credibility. Not marketing credibility, not influencer credibility. The kind that comes from being stocked in actual medical offices and recommended by actual physicians who stake their professional reputation on what they suggest to patients. That credibility is exactly what makes this the #1 avoid on this list. The Pigment Clar eye cream formula contains phenoxyethanol. In 2019, France's own National Medicine Safety Agency, the ANSM, issued specific guidance recommending caution with phenoxyethanol in products used in the eye contour area, particularly for pregnant women and children. La Roche-Posay is a French brand. The ANSM is the French regulatory authority. The guidance was issued. The ingredient stayed in the formula. The Pigment Clar eye cream also contains fragrance. In a brand whose entire marketing promise is built on sensitivity safety, tested on sensitive skin, recommended for reactive complexions, the eye cream formula contains the single ingredient dermatologists most consistently flag as the leading cause of eyelid contact dermatitis. Independent ingredient analysis published in August 2025 places La Roche-Posay in the same not-a-fan category as Lancôme, Estée Lauder, Clinique, and Shiseido, based on ethoxylated compounds and fragrance presence. The brand is owned by L'Oreal, the same parent company, the same 6 lawsuits. Looks like a clinical formula from the brand your doctor trusts. Reads like fragrance in a flagged preservative wearing a white coat. Read the first 5 ingredients. Water, glycerin, niacinamide, phenoxyethanol, fragrance. That is the formula. 2 genuinely useful ingredients followed immediately by the 2 ingredients France flagged and dermatologists warn against for this specific area of the face. For the woman with sensitive skin who thought she had finally found the one brand that would never betray her, this is what she actually bought. The brand her doctor recommended, owned by the company her doctor probably does not know is behind it, with the ingredient her doctor would tell her to avoid if she asked. The carve-out is the La Roche-Posay Toleriane Ultra Eye Cream. Fragrance-free, phenoxyethanol-free, minimal ingredient list, genuinely formulated for reactive periorbital skin. It exists. It is on the same brand shelf. It is the product the Pigment Clar should have been. Dermatologist recommended. French regulatory flag ignored. The most trusted name in sensitive skincare, with the formula that trusts you least to read the label. Now you have seen all 8. Here is the pattern they all share. You just watch the same system run 8 times. A trusted name, a legacy story, a dermatologist recommendation, or a French pharmacy credential, or a word like ultimate on the front of the box. And then fragrance, alcohol denot, undisclosed retinol, mineral oil, or 3 parabens applied twice daily to the thinnest skin on your body. That is not 8 separate mistakes. That is one decision made by 8 different marketing departments about what you will and will not read on a label. The 4 brands coming next made a different decision. Every single one of them. Pick 4. CeraVe Eye Repair Cream. $14. That is the whole price. No counter, no sample, no velvet pouch. $14 at the drugstore, right next to every brand on the avoid list. CeraVe built its reputation on one thing: ceramides. The lipids your skin barrier is literally made of. The ones aging strips away faster than any other structural component in periorbital skin. The Eye Repair Cream puts 3 of them, ceramide 1, ceramide 3, and ceramide 6-2, directly into a formula that also contains hyaluronic acid and niacinamide. No fragrance, no essential oils, no parabens, no alcohol denot. National Eczema Association seal. EWG low hazard rating. The formula does not try to do everything. It does the thing periorbital skin actually needs: barrier repair, hydration, redness reduction, all 3 with ingredients that have decades of clinical validation behind them. One note before you buy anything from the CeraVe shelf: the acne benzoyl peroxide line is a separate product with a separate set of documented concerns. The Eye Repair Cream is not that product. Read the label before you pick up anything with the CeraVe name on it. $14. 0 of the ingredients that put 8 brands on this list. That is what passing looks like. Pick 3. Paula's Choice. C5 Super Boost Eye Cream. Paula Bigoon spent years reviewing cosmetics before she built a single product. What she found was that most of what was being sold was marketing without formula to back it up. She built Paula's Choice in 1995 on a single premise: tell people exactly what is in the product, exactly why it is there, and let the formula do the rest. The C5 Super Boost Eye Cream contains 5 stabilized vitamin C derivatives, not 1, 5, each targeting a different stability and penetration pathway in periorbital skin. The formula also contains hyaluronic acid, peptides, and vitamin E in a base that passes every negative screen applied to the avoid list. No fragrance, no essential oils, no parabens, no silicones, no harsh alcohols, no sulfates. EWG verified, cruelty-free, reef safe. The brand publishes its complete ingredient rationale publicly. Every ingredient has a stated reason for inclusion. That level of transparency is not the industry standard. It is the exception. It is also the exact opposite of every brand on the avoid section of this list. $49. Full ingredient transparency. The formula the avoid list never gave you. Pick 2. SkinCeuticals AGE Eye Complex. This one is $107. It earns it. SkinCeuticals sells primarily through dermatology clinics and physician offices. That distribution channel is not a marketing decision. It is a quality filter. The doctors stocking this product stake their professional reputation on what they recommend. That accountability does not exist at a department store counter. The AGE Eye Complex targets advanced glycation end products. AGEs are the specific biological process by which collagen stiffens and loses elasticity in aging periorbital skin. The formula uses blueberry extract, proxylane, and Synthi-6 to address them. All three are clinically validated. Brand-conducted 12-week trials showed measurable improvement in crow's feet, under-eye bags, and dark circles. Proxylane is referenced in the International Journal of Women's Dermatology June 2024 review of periorbital active ingredients as a compound with documented efficacy at the concentrations used. No fragrance, no essential oils, no parabens. The formula is rich. It suits mature, dry skin best. If your skin runs oily or acne-prone, pick 3 or pick 1 is a better fit. $107. Physician channel distribution. 12 weeks of clinical evidence. That is what the price is actually paying for. Pick 1. Drunk Elephant C Tango Multivitamin Eye Cream. Tiffany Masterson founded Drunk Elephant on a list. Not a product. A list of 5 ingredients she believed were at the root of almost every chronic skin problem. Fragrance, essential oils, drying alcohols, silicones, high pH surfactants. She called them the Suspicious 6. She built a brand policy around excluding all of them from every formula permanently. The C Tango Eye Cream contains 8 vitamins, encapsulated vitamin C formulated specifically for periorbital stability, ceramides, and plant-based lipids. 78 ingredients total. Everyone with a stated function. No mystery cocktail hiding inside the word fragrance. No essential oils. No drying alcohols. No silicones. No parabens. No sulfates. It is the brand-level version of everything the avoid list failed to do individually. Drunk Elephant was acquired by Shiseido in 2021. The formulas have not changed. The Suspicious 6 exclusion is brand policy, not founder preference, and it remained in place through the acquisition. One note. Drunk Elephant is not third-party certified the way some clean brands are. Its clean claims are self-policed. What makes it legitimate is the formula itself, not a certification badge. Read the label and it holds up. $64. 0 of the Suspicious 6. The founding principle of this brand is the ingredient list every brand on the avoid section chose not to have. 8 eye creams. 1 pattern. Fragrance and essential oils on the thinnest skin on your face. Undisclosed retinol concentrations with no guidance. 3 parabens in the product called Ultimate, a barrier disruptor in a nighttime repair formula. And the brand your dermatologist trusts, owned by the company your dermatologist does not know is behind it, with the ingredient France flagged sitting right in the middle of the label. Tomorrow, pick up every eye cream on your bathroom shelf. If you see the word fragrance, parfum, eucalyptus, lavender, or lime peel extract in a product going on your under eye, set it down. If someone you know is still trusting that La Roche-Posay label without reading past the brand name, send them this. The system is not broken. It is working exactly the way it was built to work. You were never supposed to read the ingredient list. Stay sharp. Read those labels. Keep rising.